Hello, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here. If you're new here, please have a seat. Consider caressing that subscribe button, maybe staring at the like button for a while, and then just hitting it gently. You know, the like button's already been smashed too many times. It's been abused, so just touch it lightly. Today's video is on YSL.io. To put this simply and succinctly, this would be a vault on the Binance Smart Chain, which offers you up to 300% more yield on your liquidity pairs than where you would have had them before. This is impressive. This is not launched yet. It is going to have a public sale, which is coming up very soon, just at the end of July. So I thought I would begin by just introducing the project. I have spent the past week going through their document section, which is an encyclopedia on top of a Bible on top of a manuscript. It is insane. It's a dissertation on yield farming, basically. So I took it apart and I illustrated it into slides and graphics so that it's easier for everyone to understand. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through the entire ecosystem of YSL.io and we're going to have a look at why I think it's going to be a fantastic farm for getting really good optimization on yields. Stablecoin pairs, high risk pairs, doesn't matter. They're going to do it. So without further ado, let's get into YSL.io. You can stop caressing that like button now. Here's the site. So you can check this out by yourself. They have in the site, you'll notice right now they're in price discovery. This is the stage before the public sale, where you have a minimum to put into the public sale. You have to put in quite a lot. The minimum deposit for the price discovery is $5,000 to get the cheapest price on the token. After this, it will be the public sale, which we will be doing a video on next. The public sale has not yet happened. It's happening at the end of the month. Join my Telegram and I'll keep you up to date on that. I suggest if you're interested in this, then you get into here and you go through the Medium and the Gitbook. If we check out their socials, on Twitter, they have a following of 17,000. And on the old Telegram, they have just shy of 13,000 followers. So it is quite popular, even though there's not yet a workable product. So I really am expecting this to take off massively. And it's good to get caught up on what it is and how you can benefit from it now. Most farming dApps that we use as yield farmers are not exactly original and unique. Most would be something called a fork, which means basically they have copied the code, they've made a couple changes to the user interface, changed the colors, changed, the general feel of it, but essentially in the back end, it's the same as a lot of other places. Most farms reward you in a usually inflationary reward token, meaning that as they're printing more and more and more of them, the price goes down and then your APYs go down. And you're not, after 1 week, you're not even making like a good enough money out of the farm to consider staying in the farm, and we flit and we move to another one. So we have the pancake swaps, the panther swaps, the polycats, auto farms, beefies. They all do this, okay? YSL is not a fork of these. It is offering something very new and unique that has not yet been done before, and that is why I want to do videos on it. It also has an upcoming public sale, which is a great opportunity to get into something before it is widely known. The simplest explanation of what YSL is would be a vault, but unlike other vaults out there, YSL.io isn't focused on just compounding your farming rewards multiple times a day to generate better APYs. While compounding is one of its features, its unique selling points lie somewhere else. They lie in, number one, it optimizes and amplifies those farming rewards up to 300%. Number two, it has a referral program which allows benefits for both the referrer and the referee, which reward you in higher yield. Okay, a lot of referral programs will offer you reward tokens, but in this one they offer you yield. Very nice. Number three is that it's tied to locked liquidity. So the higher the locked liquidity held in the pool, the higher the price of their reward token. Generally, if I was going to explain exactly what is farming, okay, the essence of yield farming, we have generally two options which we use in yield farming. We are the farmer over there. We take a liquidity pair. Here I have BNB and BUSD, and we have two options. We have the top option where we go into an auto compounding farm where it will increase the amount of liquidity tokens in your pair. Or we have the second option, which is, for example, here I have a picture of cake, where we use the liquidity pair to be paid out in a reward token. Generally, both of these end up in us selling off a little bit to make some profits. So YSL will be doing both of these. It is auto compounding and rewarding you, but the difference is that they do have this amplification and optimization, which will increase your yield massively. We're going to go into this in a lot more detail. Here we will take some other yield optimizer sites and we will take a comparison. Here I have cake yield comparison, okay? We have Auto Farm giving you 97% on your cake. We have Beefy Finance giving you 96% on your staking of your cake in the cake vault. Then we have YSL with optimization only. We already have 130% on your cake. With strategy 1 amplification, using the referral, you will get 143, and using strategy 2, which we're going to talk about, you will get 391% on your cake, which is amazing. So this is the optimization of YSL. Here, the cake farm APR was 68. There are some fees, okay, that the team will take and the controller will take. But compounding the tokens will give you 125%, and the reward will be 25% of SYSL token on top of that, equaling 130. With strategy 1 amplification, you are then taking that 68%. We have the fees, but then you have your compound, your SYSL reward, 25%, and then on top of that, you get your referral reward of another 10%. And then you have the amplification with the 68%, the fees, the 250% compound optimization boost, and a 50% boost on your SYSL token, reaching 391% APY. It is a cutting-edge DeFi tool designed to optimize and amplify the returns from yield farming platforms, whilst maximizing the benefits of locked liquidity to create a truly unparalleled token economy. So we're going to have a look at a couple words here and work on the definition of what they are. We have here optimize and amplify the returns from yield farming platforms. Let's take a DEX where you can create liquidity that YSL can work with. Let's use PancakeSwap, right? So PancakeSwap, say you take some BNB and some cake, and you make a liquidity pair. On PancakeSwap, you can then take that liquidity pair, put it into the farm section of PancakeSwap, and get some yield generated where you are rewarded in cake token. That's one way to get profit from your liquidity pair. Or you could take that liquidity pair and put it into YSL.io, where they would optimize and amplify your yield for you, okay? The difference between optimize and amplify we'll go through later. In YSL.io, it will auto-compound for you and reward you in a token. But the yield you're going to get is going to be much higher than you're going to get on PancakeSwap. And that is the selling point for this platform. Let's break down the tokenomics of YSL.io. There are 3 tokens in the ecosystem. Firstly, the YSL token. This is a utility token. We have the SYSL token. This is the reward token. And we have the AYSL token, which is the amplification token. Going into more detail, so first for the utility token, YSL, it is inflationary. There is no cap on the supply. It will continue to mint and create more and more. It is paired with BUSD, the Binance Smart Chain pegged to the dollar stablecoin. It is a stablecoin, and it's paired in a liquidity pool. This liquidity pool is on ApeSwap, and it is locked for 1,000 years in there. The SYSL token, this is for reward, and it's how you're actually going to profit mostly from YSL.io. The price of SYSL, unlike other tokens, this is where it's pretty unique. Its token price is pegged to the YSL and BUSD locked liquidity that we were talking about. The more liquidity locked, the higher the price of SYSL. So the larger the pool, the higher the price. So you auto-compound your pairs in the protocol, growing your liquidity pair, while also getting rewarded in this SYSL token. And the AYSL token is for amplification, which will be used to dramatically boost your APY. It can boost your APY by 250% auto-compounding and also add a 50% boost to your reward of the SYSL token. To do this, you have to buy enough of the amplification token that is 10% of your total value in that pair. Say, for example, you put $1,000 of Cake B&B into YSL. Then if you wanted to amplify it, you would need to put 10% of that, which is $100. You buy $100 of AYSL, and that would be you then boosting your farming. But there are other ways of getting higher yield in YSL without having to purchase the amplification token. So let's just break down a practical example of how this is going to work in this farm. Here we have a Cake B&B pair from the chart just up there. Over there you can see it. See it right up there. So we have 58.29% on your APR on this Cake B&B pool in PancakeSwap. When they do launch it, it's definitely going to be Cake and ApeSwap liquidity pairs. Later on, they have said they're considering adding Belt and Walt Finance also to manage to boost their pairs too. But we're going to use PancakeSwap as our example because it is really the most common one for this kind of, because it is common, everyone's used it. So you would buy some Cake, buy some BNB, pair it up in the liquidity section of Cake. And then you think, oh, well, I want higher yield. So you could, a lot of people go to like places like Beefy with their pancake pairs, or they go to Auto Farm to do this. So this YSL is an immediate competitor with these farms. Suppose a DeFi user currently provides $10,000 of liquidity to the Cake BNB vault on PancakeSwap. So that's 5,000 Cake, 5,000 BNB. And that currently has an APR of 58.29%. And you think, oh man, I really wish I could get more. I want more. I want a higher yield. So what you could do, your option that you can choose, is that you take that liquidity pair and you move it directly into YSL. Here I have basically it's an illustration of the auto compounding function. Yeah, I just used the settings thing from an iPhone. But it means that it's working. It's working away and auto compounding in YSL instead. You say, right, let's try this out. So this is before we even get into talking about the amplification token, okay? Just straight up taking your pair, putting it in. It will maximize the performance and revenue of your yield more than it would on PancakeSwap, more than it would on almost any other farm. This is what they're offering. Auto-harvesting and depositing your LP back into your pair. What they are offering is a flat 150 or 250% boost in your rewards minus fees compared to what you normally get farming in for example, ApeSwap or PancakeSwap. The percentage boost is determined by the APR of your base farm. If your pair has APR above 20%, like the one we were looking at, the Cake BNB pair with 50%, then your optimization would boost by 150%. If a farm has less than 20% APR on something, for example, a stablecoin pair, then the optimization kicks in and gives you a 250% boost on these base farms. 125% liquidity pool, token auto compounding, and 125% stake YSL auto compounding. Now then, on top of that, on top of what's happening here with the optimization, this just works away as it does, we then have to go into the next part, which will boost your yield even more, which is the amplification section. For that, they have two strategies. Strategy 1 is really straightforward and simple. To activate strategy 1, what you firstly have to do is acquire some liquidity pool tokens. You could go to ApeSwap, PancakeSwap, whatever vaults that YSL is working with at that time. For example, take some BUSD and BNB, pair them together in PancakeSwap. Then you have some LP tokens. Then visit ysl.io via a referral link. I will leave mine in the description. You can use it if you want. After that, deposit your LP tokens into the correct vault on the website. By using a link and depositing your tokens, you have now activated strategy 1. This compounds your liquidity pool tokens and optimizes your rewards up to 260% with a base amplification of 160%. Oh yeah. Strategy 2 is providing either wrap BNB or BUSD into the Amplify tab. That's this one up here, okay? So when you do put either BUSD or BNB or wrapped BNB into that, the protocol will mint an equivalent value of YSL tokens. Let's use wrap BNB as an example. So your wrap BNB and YSL will be deposited into the liquidity pool on ApeSwap. The one we're talking about before that's locked for 1,000 years. This protocol will create and provide the user with YSL tokens, which will maintain a stable price while the LP tokens in step 3 are sent into the locked liquidity contract. That is it. Strategy 2 is now activated. Your yield will be amplified even further. Activating the Strategy 2 amplification, cancelling both the optimization and the 1% from Strategy 1, but on Strategy 2 your yield will be now 300% more than it was in your original pair on PancakeSwap. To do this, how much do you have to put in? You need to put in 10% of your liquidity pair value. So if you had $10,000, you'd have to put in $1,000 into this Amplify yield section to get the YSL token. This is how you hit the 300%. So there are two options here. Option 1, put in the pair, like take your pair, put it in to YSL and get that optimized yield, higher yield than PancakeSwap, and that 1% amplification. Or pay and buy the YSL token and get up to 300%. So two ways to work this. I think this is a really great system because it does give two options for the investor, okay? And the second one, the Amplify Strategy 2, really it starts building that locked liquidity, which will in turn help the value of the SYSL token, the reward token. By going into the amplification system, you're putting more funds into the locked liquidity pool, which will raise up the price of the staked YSL token. So it's a nice, really well working, really well thought out ecosystem. So I hope this was clear enough for everyone to understand how this protocol is going to work. The next step will be the public sale, where I will launch my next video on how to get into the public sale if it's something that you're interested in. And if you have any questions about this, if it's not clear, then please just feel free to email me, hit me up on Telegram. All the links are in my description for this. You can also get all the documents and the socials for YSL in the description part of this video too. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope you learned something, and don't get wrecked!